See my screen all right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Elizabeth Ferreira, and I'm the Academic and Industry Relations Manager with Aspen Dental. In my role, I partner with dental schools in New England as well as Canada. I host lunch and learns, attend career fairs, host networking events between students and Aspen doctors. I'd like to start off by acknowledging that I know that as a dental student, you guys have choices. And where you decide to start your career, it's a really important choice. There's a lot of information out there and misinformation too about your options. So, my goal today is really to help the students of Canadian dental schools help understand what Aspen Dental has to offer and help you walk away with a better understanding of who we are, as well as our promises to not only our patients, but our providers as well. For some, Aspen Dental will be the perfect fit. For some, directly out of school. For others, after AEGD or GPR programs. And for others, Aspen might not be the right fit, and that's okay. I really believe that being strong in transparency and breaking down barriers is our mission. So I'd like to kind of start off with explaining more about Aspen right from our roots. So, as you can see, we are the largest branded network of dental practices in the country. Today, we have more than 1,100 locations across 46 states. And for you, that's something that's really exciting. It means that we have opportunities across the country. It means that we really take the time to get to know you and what you're looking for so that we can help best match you with the right opportunity. It also means that we understand that life can happen. And if for some reason one day you need to relocate to the other side of the country, we can help. Collectively, Aspen Dental practices see more than 3,000 patients per day. And for you, that's something that's really exciting because that means that you have a steady flow of patients that are in desperate need of our care. So when you join Aspen, you join what I like to call Aspen Nation. We stand more than 14,000 team members strong, including a community of over 1,800 dentists. When you join Aspen Dental, you're truly never alone. You're part of one of the biggest communities of collaboration and support out there, which I believe is incredibly meaningful, especially in the early parts of your career. We are a DSO, a dental support organization, but we're very different from most DSOs. So, for someone who's not in the dental world, they may think that Aspen Dental itself owns all of these locations, but we don't. They're all owned by their own Aspen Dental doctor. So, the Aspen doctor owns the practice, they have their own LLC, it's their own corporation, but they outsource the business side to ask the Aspen Group, who I work for. So we handle all of the back end stuff for offices like IT, marketing, operations. We provide support and guidance to the Aspen Dental owners, but they call the shots for their practice. For example, we have internal recruitment teams for all facets of the business. So we present candidates to our owners. They decide who they want to extend an offer to and what those details are. So at the end of the day, they truly own their practice. All of the locations, they're extremely similar in the sense that they look almost identically the same. They have the best equipment, they're in great retail locations, but each location is run slightly differently due to having a different owner. So we like to call ourselves a yes organization. And when I say that, most people are like, what does that even mean? So what that means is from where we open our offices to our pricing strategies and everything in between, it's all designed with our patients in mind. How are we able to take friction out of the system to allow patients better and easier access to the care that they desperately need? We say yes to the challenge of breaking down barriers to allow patients access to the care that they need. From providing financing options to our patients to being open one late night a week to being open one Saturday a month, we always have a yes mentality in the front of our mind. So that leads me to my next question. We're 25 years into this thing, 1,100 locations deep. What exactly got us here? And if you ask me, three things come straight to mind. The first is that we have a deep understanding of our consumers. Secondly, we have a model that works for our providers. Lastly, we have a strong purpose driven culture. So let's start with our consumers, our patients. I believe that great brands meet consumers where they need to be met. Now, we understand that the dentist office, unfortunately, is not everybody's favorite place to be. At our practices, we see a variety of patients. However, the typical Aspen Dental patient is going to be a blue collar worker between the ages of 45 to 65. Not to say that we don't see younger or older. As an Aspen Dental doctor, you have full clinical autonomy. So you get to decide what patients you see and what procedures you're comfortable doing. But the typical patient hasn't been to the dentist in a while. They're coming because there's some type of pain going on in their mouth, and for one reason or another, they've been struggling to get care. Whether it be insurance issues, location issues, they know that they can come to an Aspen dental practice and get the care that they need. 1 in 3 of our patients do not have dental insurance, which is why it's so important to us that we offer them financing solutions and options. We also open a new office every week. I remember when I started at Aspen over 4 years ago, I thought, how many years can this type of steady growth continue? Well, I've been here 4.5 years now, and we really haven't slowed down. And the reason is because we have a model that we know that it works, and we continue to replicate that in the areas that need us. For most students that I talk to, they always say that, if they've gone on a road trip or somewhere, they've passed through Aspen Dental locations. For you guys in Canada, it's a little bit different. We don't have any locations there. So it's not really as front of mind or popular with word of mouth. But to give you an idea of where we are in the States, we aren't generally in the major cities. We're around the major cities and integrated into the more rural areas or the dental deserts that need us. So over 65% of our offices are actually located in federally designated health shortage areas. So we know who our patient is, we know where they are, and we're on a path to open an office everywhere we can to see those patients in need. Now, the next question that I think of is, if you are a doctor with us, how will you be supported to see all of these new patients that need your care? Why would a dentist choose Aspen? That same idea of being super clear on what we offer our patients powers through to the provider and the team side of our business as well. We believe that the promise that we make to our providers, it's equally important to the promise that we make to our patients. And at Aspen, I'm so confident that we're doing something right. And we know we're doing something right because doctors are increasingly choosing DSO supported practices. The most recent ADIA survey actually showed that more than a third of graduating dentists in the States plan to begin practice immediately after graduating, intending to join a DSO supported practice. And the proof is really in the data. At Aspen, giving you guys mentorship and continued education is essential to us. So we actually offer a state-of-the-art learning program that we call Tag University, where 50,000 CE credits have been issued already. If you look at these numbers, I mean, they're truly incredible. The education that we provide to our doctors, it's unparalleled. And what further sets us apart is the development journey that we take you on in your first 6 months. We know that mentorship is so important to new graduates, and the mentorship that we offer is second to none. So if you take a look at this slide, you'll see an overview of what your first 6 months would look like at Aspen. From dentures to ortho cases to case presentation to implants, we've got you covered with a built-out curriculum. We understand that you're coming from a clinic environment where you're maybe seeing 2 to 3 patients per day, which is why it's so important to us that we start you with this new doctor journey to help bridge that gap between the school environment and the real world practice environment. So we offer you all this development to grow as a clinician to start out your career. But it would mean nothing if we didn't also offer you a clear path to be able to progress your career as the years go by. So here you'll see the different positions that we have at Aspen with a clear path from an associate to a lead dentist to potentially a partner or owner. So most doctors that join Aspen will join us as an associate. As you can see, we go through the onboarding mentorship and that support for that 6 month curriculum we just went over. And then if you are looking to move higher, you're looking to see more patients, you're looking to challenge yourself more, that's when you might look at the lead dentist role, also known as the managing clinical director role. After that, there is ownership and partnership. So let's say you're a lead dentist in a practice and you have a really great relationship with your owner doctor. You want to keep working with them, but you also want to own yourself. You two together could partner own a practice. Or you could decide to go into ownership independently. So I know we're probably getting to the point where you're thinking about, okay, this really sounds great as far as development and path to ownership, but am I going to get paid well? And at Aspen, we have a proven philosophy that we use that really helps to enable a strong team within the practice. So our practice owners believe in taking a team approach and compensating dentists like owners from day one. So, as a leader in the practice, your earnings are based on the overall performance of the office, not just what you're able to produce with your two hands and your own schedule. So I really believe that this is a gold standard as far as doctor compensation with a combination of a daily guaranteed rate as well as profit share of your practice. So at Aspen, we want you to think like an owner. We want you to act like an owner, which is why we pay you like an owner. So rather than being paid off your own production, we pay you off a percentage of the gross profit of the office that you work in. So our doctors make well above industry average. The average associate doctor is making $180,000 a year, while the average lead doctor makes more so $240,000 per year. We also have multi-practice owners who are making north of 800,000. This compensation model is really significant and important for a few reasons, so I kind of want to explain the why behind it. The first key that I think is really important is that you are profiting off of all of the procedures in the office. I talk to so many new graduates who accept an opportunity in private practice and they're really excited about it. But unfortunately, when they start, they realize that they're getting pigeonholed. They work for a doctor who has all the high paying procedures on their schedule, and the new graduate is stuck doing fillings all day. At Aspen, there's no competition on what procedures get put on whose schedule. If anything, this model further incentivizes the lead dentist to help train up the associate dentist so that you both can have those more complex procedures on your schedule. The second key that I find important is that yes, you have a daily guarantee, but that's just where your financial earnings begin. You have true uncapped earning potential when it comes to our profit sharing model. The first few months, you're learning, you're growing, you can depend on the guarantee. But once you're rocking and rolling, the profit share is limitless. As a new doctor with Aspen, digital technology is definitely a hot topic, and I'm happy to say that I truly believe that Aspen Dental is leading the way. We are undergoing a digital transformation across Aspen Nation that's creating an end to end digital ecosystem. So every office will have intraoral scanners, CBCT scanners, printers, and more. Because of our size, we're able to get the best pricing for the best technology in the industry. Our doctors are printing same day surgical guides, scanning for clear aligners, and even printing dentures. We also offer our own brand of clear aligners called Motto. So now that you can better understand our patients, our philosophy, our compensation, our digital technology, I'd love to take some time to explain to you what I truly think sets this company apart, and it's our culture. As I touched on earlier, we know who our patients are, so we're always looking to be able to give back to our communities. We call our efforts the Healthy Mouth Movement. So we donate about $8 million a year in free care with several different avenues. So every year we have a team of doctors who go overseas to provide free dental care. Another initiative that we have is our annual day of service, where offices open up for one day a year to provide free care for veterans who are in desperately need of that care. My personal favorite way that we give back is through our Oral Care Center of Excellence located in Chicago. This is where our doctors go through the final part of their implant continuum, which is the live patient portion. During this portion, we're able to provide free implant therapy to the citizens of Chicago who fall below the poverty line. It's the perfect combination of what I'd call an Aspen win win to be able to give back to the community while simultaneously providing our clinicians the opportunity to learn and grow. At Aspen, we work hard, we give back, but it's also super important for us to celebrate our wins and have some fun. Here you see some pictures from our Aspen Dental Leadership Retreat over the years. Every year, Aspen Nation comes together, we review the state of the business, attend breakout sessions, and celebrate our wins. We also hold an award ceremony called the Aspies, where we recognize our top providers and our team members in all facets of the business. This past year was my first time personally attending leadership retreat, and it was truly an experience that I'll never forget. You can hear so much about culture, but until you're fully ingrained into it, you don't fully understand it. And it was really an experience that I'll always remember. And I get so excited when I was able to go because the amount of doctors that I saw there that I've worked with over the years, being able to catch up with them, hiring them 2, 3 years ago as an associate, and now they're owners or lead dentists, multi-practice owners. It's really exciting to see how you guys are able to progress through Aspen. So at a high level, I would say Aspen's philosophy, it's pretty simple. It's to build the strongest, most engaged community of collaboration and support out there with leading the way technology combined with a curriculum of programs that's going to help you grow throughout your careers. We have dedicated support from clinicians in general support, endo, implants, ortho, oral surgery, you name it, we have it, and a team member to pick up the phone and to help you. We've made huge investments in our technology with our end-to-end digital ecosystem and Tag University. We make these types of investments because we want dentists to say yes to building a career with Aspen, and we want to make sure that we're supporting you every step of the way with our clear career path. So as this presentation comes to an end, there are really three things that I hope you guys can walk away with today. The first is that I believe there's no better place for you guys to learn and grow. Second, I believe that our community and camaraderie and support, it's second to none. And lastly, we have your back and we're ready and happy to support you in every way. So I thank you for joining me today. Something that I really think is special about Aspen is the connections that we have. So if anybody has any questions or would like to speak further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am just a phone call or an email away. So any questions, please feel free to ask right now. If not, I will wrap up this presentation.